Hello, fellow warriors against consensus reality, lovers of truth, wisdom, the esoteric path, lovers of irreverence and sarcasm, slayers of two-faced, hypocritical, backstabbing, dishonourable gobshites. Oh, it's a cloudy, overcast day, and fuck, I love it. No rain at the moment. It's also eliminated the lion's share of the gobshites going past noisily. But these are the kind of days where you take pride in giving yourself permission to have a lazy day. What I call a people-free day. That's always a good time. But fuck, it's difficult being a lone wolf in a world filled with two-faced, dishonourable gobshites. Yes, it's going to be a ranty video today. I can't not. And in a world where people are increasingly behaving like dishonourable cunts, a man has no choice but to disconnect, cut loose the cord of friendship connection and wish them a happy time while they go boil their heads, because people, real friends are in increasingly short supply. You've obviously heard my story, most of you I hope, of my now ex-friend whose new lady friend who started cohabitating with him hated my guts because I was, among other things, brutal with the truth and didn't take her crap. And so she forced him. She not only took away his mobile phone, but she made him kill off our friendship, even though it was a decades-long friendship. And I occasionally see him around, or I just glare at him. If looks could kill, he would be dead a dozen times. But I also told you the story of a now ex-female friend who decided to get butthurt by the truth during the peak of the 2020 scamdemic hysteria, and who decided to block me because I said something sarcastic back at her beloved brother, who was being a total cunt on Facebook. And of course, I've lost friends over the recent years, and one moving away, another one moving away, and because they couldn't be bothered making the effort, I say, you know what, fuck you. I even did the same thing with a friend I knew from early high school. I thought, you know what, I'm the only one making the effort to keep in touch. I'm just going to stop. And you know what, I haven't talked to him in a few years now, so there is that. And only yesterday I had a rather unpleasant experience with the wife of a now ex-friend who decided to send me a nasty message on Facebook, calling me, among other things, a bully and on, and even somehow mentioning Ed Sheeran. Fuck knows why. And other nasty things. Now, me being someone who deals with depression and anxiety every single fucking day of my life, you can imagine what they did to my anxiety. And so I actually clipped that message. A person's vibes never lie, and my vibes told me very straight, yeah, that was actually his wife. And so I let him know what was going on, and of course he called me, and of course he covered up for her and lied by saying, oh, he deleted his account weeks ago. Well, no, you didn't, because a deleted account would show as grayed out and this user, Facebook user, right? And for whatever fucking reason, she was going onto her husband's Facebook account and looking at what I was posting for whatever fucking reason, I have no idea. And I'm thinking, well, first of all, bitch, I wasn't actually your friend, so get your head out of your backside. and fuck off. But my response to that nasty message was, I'll post what I like. And of course she threatened with, "Ooh, I'll report you, funny guy," quote unquote. To which I blocked and I reported her for harassment. And I got I got an apologising message today from her, from her own. It was a message request that I got, right? And she basically said, "Oh, don't," because I blocked her husband's Facebook account by this stage, as he told me to do himself. And even though he was lying and covering up for her, I knew it was actually her. So I'm not as stupid as I let people think I am. That's one of the weapons of a lone wolf. And so she decided to send me an apologetic message on Facebook. I allowed the message, and I looked at it. Basically, she's saying, "Oh, please don't block so and so. Sorry for the way I acted yesterday. Blah 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 blah." And I sort of firmly told her, "Well, yeah, thank you for almost making my anxiety go through the roof so much to the point where I was almost thinking that I needed to be hospitalised." And I said, "Just leave me alone," after that. And I blocked her. And so in my eyes, the friendship was dead, because a mouthy, interfering cunt of a female interfered again. So a friend who I've had for a long time is no longer a friend. Because the cowardly Abrahamic gobshite attitude of turn the other cheek and bless those who hate you and pray for those who spitefully use you and blah 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 blah. That's as I've said many times, that is the biggest load of cowardly shite I have ever had the misfortune of reading. Being a heathen and all, that's not how we do things. There's a wonderful thing called respect and honour. And if a friend, whatever, family member, behaves in a way which is disrespectful and dishonourable, I mean, if it's petty enough, you can look past it the first time, even the second time. However, when something of this severity happens, then they are dead to you. You write them off, and that's it. That's the end of it. Because primarily, you deserve better. It's like, no, you cannot control how another person speaks and behaves, but you have full power over whom you associate with. So yeah, okay, they're on a different level, you're on a high level, whatever, that's fine. But you don't have to put up with it, and they can continue doing what they're doing, and you continue doing what you're doing. It's as simple as that. This forgiveness and turning the other cheek bullshit, it's the biggest load of cowardly shite I have ever come across. And of course, I don't use the word forgiveness for the obvious Abrahamic gobshite poison connotations to it. It's more of a letting go. When someone is a total cunt, you let them go, and they cease to have a negative effect on you, on your state of mind, on your emotional state of mind, physical, mental, spiritual, whatever. You consider this person and there's just nothing, which is the ideal. That's the whole point of it. To stop letting people control your state of mind, your state of being, your emotional health, your mental health, your spiritual health, and indeed your physical health through stress and anxiety and fuck knows what other negative crap we people go through, because we're dealing with cunts every single day of our lives. So yeah, I'm down to 2 friends, and you know what? I like it that way. I'm in no rush to make any new friends. The people I talk to is more than enough. People I interact with in my channel comments, they're more than enough. You people are awesome. And done is done. As far as here in real life in this country, I am not going to even attempt making any new friends. There's no point. Being a lone wolf, well, it has its perks because it means that you can do without people at all if you have to, and have no problem with it. The problem is, and the suffering happens when you deal with people's bullshit. So like I said, there are maybe perhaps 2 people that I trust implicitly, and one of these people are listening to this right now. You know who you are. And I know these people absolutely have my back. But that is what it is. Friendship is a very precious thing, and you do not have to feel obligated to put up with people's crap. They show what assholes they are, and depending on the severity of the offence, I mean, this person's wife even said, "Oh, I find your posts offensive," and I'm thinking, okay, I was channeling the Australian expat, half British comedian Steve Hughes when he said, "Okay, so you're offended. So be offended. Nothing happens." Check him out if. Search for Steve Hughes being offended. That's a fucking hilarious video clip. But people are just assholes. People are just incredible, and not in a good way. As more time goes by in this world of smartphones and social media and instant validation through social media platforms, people think that they now have the license to act like total cunts online and act that way in real life. Well, I'm sorry, but you don't. There are those of us who actually have a sense of honour and respect for ourselves primarily before anything else. And so that's just the way it is. As my mother would say, and I've never ever forgotten this from earliest childhood, I'll give you the original and then translate. She would say, "Vriskis anthropo me to boisu, ala ochi to ti kardiasu," which translated means, you can find a person with the same height as you, but not with the same heart as you. And that is fucking spot on. Because she went through her own levels of backstabbing and dishonour from her own fucking community when she lost her husband and was left with 4 young children to look after. And she didn't really know the language very well at the time. So yeah, that was a lot of fun for her, dealing with all these assholes. "Oh, why don't you keep half and put half in an orphanage?" Knowing full well that she herself had to go through an orphanage during the war because, well, her mother had no food for all of them, because it was right in the middle of World War II. So, yeah, right? And those words of wisdom from hers I've never ever forgotten, which I think were originally from my grandmother, that saying. So I've never forgotten that, and that's proving, as more people become total cunts, total gobshites, that's proving to be more true than ever before today. Because, oh yeah, it's easy to be an asshole. Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, but it takes work to actually be a good person, an honourable person, an honest person, a trustworthy person. Because once you lose respect and trust, you can't get it back, no matter how many times you try, or how you sort of pretend that bullshit didn't happen. It did, and you know it did. Right? And that's just a fucking fact. And that's the world we're living in. You look after your own self first. If you have 1 or 2 good friends that you know are going to be there for the rest of your life or their life, hang on to them, count your lucky stars, and enjoy their friendships as long as you can. Because I can tell you, in this day and age, meeting real people with real heart, honour and respect, trustworthiness, are very, very few and far between. And when all is said and done, another saying of my mother's, if you can go through life with your forehead clean, as she used to say, then you've won the battle. So yeah, I think I'll leave it there. To speak the truth is a very lonely path, and to find to find friends, real friends, is very, very fucking rare. The heathen hammer-wielding, irreverent, sarcastic, gobshite slang lone wolf on guitar, out.